Good morning. Welcome to this live broadcast of the National Assembly special sitting. This is the morning session on this day of 22nd December of the year 2021. This live broadcast is brought to you by the Parliamentary Broadcasting Unit in conjunction with the Kenya Broadcasting Corporation. The order paper this morning is very lean, but in real sense, very, very loaded. It is a day when the National Assembly members are expected to start debating on the Political Parties Amendment Bill, National Assembly Bill number 56 of 2021, a bill that has seen so much hue and cry from a number of political leaders. And this morning, they will be starting the debate on this particular bill at the entrance of the National Assembly chambers. Deputy Speaker of the National Assembly, Honorable Moses Cheboy, has just stepped into the chambers. He will be overseeing this morning's session. This is a special sitting, remember, after members were called back from a 7-week annual long recess, and they will be debating for 2 days, yesterday and today. I will hand you over to the live broadcast. Good morning.
Mwenyezi Mungu ambaye kwa hekima na wema wako umeteua nyadhifa za viongozi na mabunge kwa ustawi wa jamii na utawala wa haki wa wanadamu. Twakusihi tutazame kwa neema nyingi sisi watumishi wako ambaye umeridhika kutuita ili tutekeleze shughuli muhimu za jamhuri hii yetu. Twakuomba ututeremshie baraka zako sisi tuliokutanika hapa na utujalie tuyatende na kufikiria mambo yote yatakayofikishwa mbele yetu kwa njia ya haki na uaminifu, ili utukufu na sifa zako ziendelezwe na kustawisha amani, fanisi na heri ya nchi hii yetu, na wale haja zao umezikabidhi mikononi mwetu. Amen. Honorable members, we do not have the required numbers. I order the bell to be rung for 10 minutes.
All right, the Deputy Speaker of the National Assembly, Honorable Moses Cheboy, has just ordered for the bell to be rung for 10 minutes so as to enable the House achieve the requisite number for the House business to kick off this morning. A total of about 50 members are required to be present for the House business to kick off. Members there, as you can see, are slowly trickling into the chambers for this particular day. Remember, this is a day that the National Assembly members are expected to start on debating on the Political Parties Amendment Bill, National Assembly Bill number. It is actually the only bill on this morning session, special sitting, that is in or is on the order paper. And it's a discussion that members will not want to miss out. So we expect that the number, the requisite number for the business to kick off will be achieved in no time. So this business was supposed to start last evening after the end of the discussion on the Proceeds and Anti-Money Laundering Bill. But then there was a point where members were expected to be given a report by the Jail Committee to go through the report before embarking on the business or discussing on this particular bill. So since members did not have that particular report, it was agreed that they will be supplied with the report last evening or this morning, or rather latest this morning, so that members can be able to have that particular report and be able to ventilate freely and debate conclusively on this particular matter, or at a point of informed consent on this particular matter, so that members will have different options, ideas, and views on what is exactly on this particular bill. It is a bill that was done by the leader of a majority party. And the principal object of this bill is to amend the Political Parties Act 2011. And the bill has a total of 27 clauses that it proposes. Some of the amendments that this particular bill proposes is that the bill proposes to insert a new section of the roles of the functions of political party, including recruitment and enlistment of members, nomination of candidates for elections, promotion of representation in parliament and county assemblies of special interest groups, promotion and enhancement of national unity, mobilization of citizens in political decision making, solicitation and articulation of public policy priorities, and shaping and influencing public policy. This particular clause, which is clause 3, also proposes to insert a new section to provide for the reservation of a name, slogan, and symbol by a political party for 90 days. I told you earlier that the bill has about 27 clauses. We will be looking at some of the clauses that political leaders have been raising issues on. Clause 20 of the bill proposes to amend Section 34 of the bill to provide for an additional function of the registrar, which shall be the keeping and maintaining a register of members of political parties, the certification that independent candidates in an election are not members of the political party, certification that symbols intended to be used by the independent candidates in an election are not similar to symbols of registered political parties, certification that names appearing in a party list presented by a political party during an election are the names of members of the political party presenting the party list, regulating political party nominations, and training political party election agents. Bill in clause 10, members, as you can see, are trickling into the chamber. This morning's session was supposed to start at 10. It is a special sitting pursuant to standing order. The Sergeant at Arms has just indicated that the quorum has been achieved. 50 members or more have or are recorded present for this particular session. I will now hand you over for this live broadcast. Enjoy your viewing. My name is Kamche Menza.
Order, order, order. Members, you can now take your seats. We have the required quorum, and therefore business will proceed.
Order number 1, administration of oath. Order number 2, communication from the chair. Order number 3, messages. Order number 4, petitions. Order number 5, papers.
And this particular one, we have the chairperson, Departmental Committee on Justice and Legal Affairs. Out of order. Proceed.
Mr. Speaker, I have the honor to lay before the House report on consideration of the Political Parties Amendment Bill, National Assembly Bill number 56 of 2021. This Wednesday, 22nd December 2021. Morning session.
Very well. Now, let me train you a little, the Honorable Sankok. When no other member has spoken other than the Speaker, your point of order would therefore be saying that you want to say the Speaker is out of order. So you'd be out of order yourself. Now that the chair of jailer has spoken, I hope anything that is going to be directed would be directed at anything else other than. So let me hear, and it had better be a point of order. It had better be.
Yes, Honorable Speaker, I rise on a point of order because, Honorable Speaker.
Under which standing order?
Number one.
There is no standing order number one that tells you that allows you to raise a point of order.
Honorable Speaker.
Now,
Honorable Speaker, no. Excuse me, Honorable Speaker.
Just a minute, because I'm going to give you have the floor. But I want to refresh your memory, the Honorable Sankok. This is, and I'm going to help you in Kiswahili, the Honorable Sankok. Inasema katika hali ambazo jambo lolote halijaelezwa waziwazi katika kanuni hizi au kwa amri nyingine za bunge la taifa, basi Speaker ataamua utaratibu wa kufuatwa. Now, which one is this that you want me to do utaratibu? Which one?
Honorable Speaker, exactly that one. Now you have guided me properly because, Honorable Speaker.
If that is the one that you want,
yes, Honorable Speaker,
ask me to do,
I need your guidance.
Then I will do it on my own, not yours. So you have to get a specific point, a specific issue that you want to raise. So yes. Which one is this?
Honorable Speaker, we know our COVID-19 status now currently in this country. Honorable Speaker, and some of us went to Tanzania to collect medals. Unfortunately, there is something extra we collected in terms of COVID-19, Honorable Speaker. Currently in Uganda, those who are back from Arusha, Tanzania, 38% of them tested positive. From where we are being tested there, I heard that almost out of 11 members that I have seen tested, 8 of them have. Honorable Speaker.
Order, sit down, take your seat. Take your seat, Honorable Sanko. Take your seat. You know you don't come here and peddle rumors. You don't peddle rumors. So what I can tell you, if you yourself went to Tanzania, if you feel that you are not okay, step out of the house. You do not come here and peddle rumors and tell us about numbers. The issues that are being done there are specifically health matters, and there is privilege to that. So you cannot come here and make allegations that you have no idea about. So I'm not going to allow you. You are completely out of order. We will not discuss that. If you suspect yourself, step out. The issue is, if you want to discuss that particular, you know the standing order on which to pursue this matter. But what I cannot accept is you to make issues on mention of numbers that you have no idea. That I cannot accept. That I cannot accept. No. Go and bring the evidence and table it. No, I'm not going to allow that. I am not going to allow that. I am not going to allow that. That kind of thing is very reckless. It's very reckless. If you have any evidence, walk out and bring the evidence. Then we will deal with it. And you know the manner in which to deal with those kind of things. It's not shouting from where you are seated. So I'm not going to allow that. I am not going to allow that. So let's proceed. We go to the Chairperson Select Committee on Implementation.
Honorable Speaker, I beg to lay the following paper on the table of the House today, Wednesday, December 22, 2021. Report of the Select Committee on Implementation, status on the report of the Departmental Committee on Lands on a petition on irregular renewal of lease
Honorable Chair, Labor
of land
Services. Order.
Of land. Can I just please?
You know, these are things, Honorable Sankok. You know, yesterday we specifically indicated that members must social distance. Now, if you are going to be sitting close to another member and you are making wild allegation, that is absolutely so. Proceed. Actually, Honorable Sanko. Proceed, Honorable Kenta.
Yes. Let me start again. Let me table my papers, please. Honorable Speaker,
I am not going
beg
to allow any
to lay the following paper on the
to
table of the
business that is
House.
going on. Proceed, Honorable Kenta.
Today, Wednesday, December 22nd, 2021, report of the Select Committee on the Implementation status on 1, the report of the Departmental Committee on Lands on a petition on irregular renewal of leases of land by Del Monte Kenya Limited, and 2, the report of the Departmental Committee on Lands on its consideration of the petition by the former workers of the late Mayor Jacob Samuel regarding the invasion and eviction of the workers from their land in Roysambu constituency by the Kenya Defence Forces. Thank you, Honorable Speaker.
Next order. What is it, Honorable Pukose?
Honorable Speaker, with all due respect, the Chair, Jailak, has tabled a report on the amendments made on the political parties bill. But we went to the office there in the table office, and apparently we don't have the reports because we wanted to be able to read those reports and be able to, it's online.
Actually, what has happened, Honorable, yes, because that's a fair, that's a fair point of order. What has happened, Honorable Sankop, if you repeat that again, then I will close the school with you. So I'd rather we stop it there. So, but this one of Honorable Pukose, what actually the chairperson, Jailak, has done is to table the report. Now, on the matters of the specific amendments, and there are many, they are online and they are separate. So some of them are probably in the order, but they are online. So you can be able to check there, and then we'll be able to see. That is a fair one. So I think that is a fair. Let's be serious, honorable members. If there are matters you don't raise very casually in the House. There are matters of procedure that are as fair as that one of the Honorable Pukose. We deal with them. So, honorable members, please let's maintain some calm. I think if you think anybody can derail the processes of the House, it is not going to be possible this morning. We want to progress, and whatever we will do, we'll be able to do fairly. So let's proceed there. Let's proceed. Next order.
Order number 6, notices of motion. Order number 7, questions and statements. Order number 8, the Political Parties Amendment Bill, National Assembly Bill number 56 of 2021, second reading.
Chairperson Jaila. Leader Majority, sorry.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. Honorable Speaker, I beg to move that the Political Parties Amendment Bill.
Majority, what is it, Honorable Murugara?
Speaker, sir, allow me to raise what I consider to be serious constitutional matters relating to the bill which we are just about to commence debate. I have several issues to raise, and I wish to be heard on each of them so that I seek a ruling of the Speaker. Sorry, I'm seeking direction. It's a point of order, a constitutional matter, very important, on which I seek the ruling of the chair as regards the constitutionality of some of the provisions in this bill. Does it have to be? Does it have to be? At any stage.
Of course,
Kindly allow me to raise the issue.
Honorable Murugara, you know you've asked, you've risen on a point of order.
Yes.
You are trying to seek my guidance on a particular issue.
Yes.
And you have my ears.
Yes.
So I want you to proceed as if you don't hear anybody else.
Thank you very much. Unfortunately, I should not be interjected because I lose my line of thought.
The only thing, Honorable Murugara, is that it should be brief.
Yes.
That is the only thing that I ask of you. Very brief.
Yes.
Yeah.
depends on how many points I have. Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, I have looked at the draft bill, the Political Parties Amendment Bill of 2021, and I speak first and foremost as a member of Parliament representing Tharaka constituency, a member of the Justice and Legal Affairs Committee, and also as a lawyer. I have particularly a problem with clause number 2, which seeks to amend section 2 of the Political Parties Act, which in essence introduces matters that are not constitutional. The Political Parties Act is basically founded on Article 260 of the Constitution, which defines a political party by making reference to Chapter 7, Part 3. And when we look at what a political party is in the Constitution, it does not in any way contemplate formations of any other thing not referred as a political party to be a political party. What we have is a definition that is introduced in clause 2 regarding section 2, and that is subclause B. That now a political party includes a coalition political party. If we read the Constitution, Article 260, as read with the Chapter 7, Part 3, there is no contemplation, a jus dem generis, even if we construe it in whichever way, that we would actually introduce an entity that is not contemplated by the Constitution. What this particular section or clause is doing is to introduce an entity that requires to be defined by the Constitution. Failing to do so means what we are just about to debate on is unconstitutional. Number 2, I take you to Article 118 of the Constitution. Today, we are debating the Political Parties Amendment Bill, a bill that seeks to amend the Political Parties
Did you
Act.
say 118?
118 of the Constitution.
Okay, proceed.
Yes. The proposed amendments have very serious ramifications on Kenyans, because almost all Kenyans are members of political parties. Under 118, this House is required to conduct extensive, conclusive public participation. And unfortunately, this was not done regarding this bill. For what we only have is an advertisement in the newspaper calling for written memorandum. First and foremost, and extremely important, in my view, we should have conducted what would be, in the eyes of this House, adequate public participation.
To you, very keenly, and I'm actually at that particular article of the Constitution, and as you say, as you proceed, you know you are a member of JLAC yourself.
Yes.
Do we have any of that kind of representation in the minutes of your JLAC committee meeting? Because there are some things you could easily have cured yourself if there are any issues. But
may I explain myself?
Yes.
Number 1, no, don't say Aqua attend. I'm sorry. It is as follows.
Don't be distracted.
I don't want the leader of my job to distract me.
Don't
because
be distracted by anybody at all.
JLAC, I'm a member of JLAC.
You are?
And the chairman is here. Yes. You did that. For sure, we did not schedule a meeting. Hold on. We did not schedule. Can you hear? We did not schedule a meeting to discuss this bill. Hold on. You don't shout. We did not schedule a meeting to discuss this bill.
Chairman, I'll give you an opportunity.
He will answer.
Let him conclude. I'll give, of course, the chair, particularly of the committee, because
Sit down.
it will.
We did not schedule a meeting to discuss this bill.
Okay.
What happened was this.
So
what happened was this. I'm sorry. This is very important.
So as you conclude, I believe the interest that you have is public participation and the unconstitutionality of the introduction of Article 2 or Section 2 of this particular bill we are going to discuss, isn't it?
Sorry, but Mr. Speaker, sir,
Yeah.
you asked me about whether my issues are captured in the report.
Yes.
And my response is you're not taking it. Kindly listen to me when I tell you exactly why my sentiments are not captured.
You know, I wanted us to be brief. I am happy to hear you.
We have to be brief, sir. But,
okay, proceed.
But
proceed.
Sir,
yeah.
But Mr. Speaker, sir, you cannot rush us this way unless there's a good reason for that.
There is a good reason. We have a big thing to do. You know, the Honorable Murugara,
yeah.
I will explain to you why we are in a hurry.
Yeah.
There are 2 days that were placed before us for the special sitting.
Yes.
This is a special sitting, so we need to conclude or at least exhaust the business before us, and we are on the second day, unfortunately. So I'm trying to see how we can be able to, of course, have you on board and also have the interest of moving forward on board. So,
but sir,
yes.
The same way, Mr. Speaker, we have the urgency, the same way there is an urgency in what I'm raising. As follows, may yet go on record. No, it's not going to court. It is as follows. JLAC did not schedule any meeting for this bill. What happened was this. A meeting was scheduled by the Judicial Service Commission in Mombasa, for which we were all invited. This bill came up in Mombasa as any other business. And for that, there's a problem. Unfortunately, by the time Judicial Service Commission invited us, most of us were committed elsewhere. We were not able to attend. As a result of which, I was not able to make my representations in that A or B that we had to do in Mombasa. Yesterday, we were signing the particular report, which was discussed in Mombasa. And I raised a point in the meeting that I had to raise these issues. The chairman locked me out. Absolutely. Later on,
you have raised the 2 issues?
No, I have not raised the 2 issues.
You have raised the 2 issues, unless there's another one.
But, sir, let me explain what it is I'm raising. Everybody can talk the whole day.
You know, not for the whole day. I have 2 issues here. Honorable Sankok, don't worry about your matter. I will sort it out. I have information.
Mr. Speaker, sir. Mr. Speaker, sir.
Okay. Let me give you a timeline so that you can organize yourself. Within the next 3 minutes, you should have wound up your submission.
1 minute would go like this.
Okay, 1 minute. You ask for 1 minute, that's fine.
3 minutes. 1 minute.
3 minutes and finish.
The first 1 minute.
And you are time.
Just listen to me, sir.
Proceed.
At 5 o'clock, we raised an issue as to whether all the memoranda received was considered. We were told that there was no other memorandum received. I wasn't satisfied. I went to the office of the clerk, and the memorandum was pulled out, received at 4:55. I'm going to table it so that you can see that what I'm saying is true. Finally, as we proceed to discuss this, we have a total not less than 13 to 15 members of parliament who have proposed amendments to this bill. So what we are discussing, sincerely, it may not be what we are going to pass. There is need to harmonize the proposed amendments with the bill so that when we discuss something that is properly harmonized. Because there is a problem with that. Before, we were discussing the gaming bill, and the speaker ruled that there were so many amendments that there is need for harmonization before we proceed to debate.
Okay.
Mr. Speaker, sir, I need your guidance as regards this. Absolutely.
That's okay.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Thank you very much, the Honorable Murugara. As I had promised, there are 2 people I'm going to... Let's relax. I'm going to give 2 members One of them is going to be the minority leader, and the next one is the chair of JLAC, and probably the majority leader for now. Because the issue, especially from the chair JLAC, is I want to understand the meetings that were scheduled, you discussed this particular matter, including the one of yesterday, because already one of your members has indicated that probably he did not participate. So we want to know whether he did not participate by the virtue of not being invited to a meeting or by his failure to attend a meeting. So those are issues that we want to know. So let's start with the minority leader. And meanwhile, the Honorable Babu Awino, where are you? Are you in the House? Please, can you approach the Speaker, please, kindly, quickly? So proceed, the rest of you.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, for giving me this opportunity to contribute to this point of order that has been raised by Honorable Warugara. Mr. Speaker, Honorable Warugara has raised two fundamental issues, which he claims or he alleges that this bill would infringe on the constitutional provisions based on what is provided in the bill against what is provided for in the Constitution. Mr. Speaker, I thought I was addressing. Does he have the crutches of?
Okay.
Thank you.
There.
So, Mr. Speaker, can I proceed?
Proceed, please.
Mr. Speaker.
I was sorting another matter which has arisen, and I want to settle it down. Proceed.
Thank you. Thank you. Mr. Speaker, I wanted to react to the point of order that has been raised by Honorable Warugara, and Honorable Warugara has already cited two fundamental issues.
Please, Honorable Leader of Minority, Warugara is a lady. Now this one is Murugara.
This is Murugara.
The man, yes.
You know, Honorable Murugara, Mr. Speaker, let me apologize for referring to Honorable Murugara as Honorable Warugara. Mr. Speaker, the two issues that Honorable Murugara has raised, again, the MP for Malindi is interfering, Mr. Speaker. Can I just proceed now, Mr. Speaker? Because Mr. Speaker, can I now proceed? Mr. Speaker, the two issues that Honorable Murugara has raised that are touching on the Constitution, I want to address myself to them. First, Mr. Speaker, if you look at the current law, the existing law, refers to definition of a political party as having been founded under Article 260 of the Constitution. Mr. Speaker, could we have some order with the MP?
Take your seat, Honorable Leader of Minority. The matter raised by, or that I am aware, is happening to Honorable Sankok is not, it's serious. Now, but just keep quiet, Honorable Pukose. It has nothing to do with you. It is Honorable. No. Forget about you being a doctor. You are. Did you say you are a gynecologist, or because you know? Okay, surgeon. That's okay. Now, any member who, for any reason, what is surprising is Honorable Sankok. Of course, you are seated there all the time. If you have lost your crutches, you should obviously have the person in mind who has taken your crutches, if at all. Then I will order them to be brought to you quickly. Now, I know the matter of bring the bodies in law is called habeas corpus. Now, this one is, I believe, going to be habeas legs. So we must very quickly have the crutches. And I'm told it is the Honorable Babu Owino. I'm not so sure if that is the truth. If that is the case, Honorable Owino, you probably need to take back very quickly. And let me know, Honorable Owino, are you the one who has committed that offense?
I've already released them, Honorable Speaker.
Oh, you have released?
The sergeant has taken them.
So the Honorable, the Honorable nominee 001, you already have your other legs. Yes, because let's put it this way. The legs with the Honorable Sankok would be legs. If it falls to hands of someone else, it becomes some weapon. So we would not want those legs to be with anybody else. So I want to be sure first that the Honorable Sankok has received his legs. Okay, all right. The Honorable Sankok, since it has been stated that you don't seem to take good care of your legs, we are safely keeping them somewhere so that nobody else can take them from you, and then it will be brought to you now. So you take your seat, you will have your, yes, so they are there. They are there. They are being brought to you. So take your seat. The legs are coming to you. Just take your seat now. Take your seat now, the Honorable. I think I've resolved your matter now. So you don't have to worry anymore. They will be brought to you, and you can see that they are coming to you. So, Honorable Pukose, please take your piece. No, let's. And actually, Honorable Babu, you actually should apologize to the House, not to Sankok, because what you have just done is absolutely out of the ordinary. So, Honorable Babu, I know you for making many other issues, but this should not be one of them. So just apologize and this matter is...
Honorable Speaker, Honorable Sankok seemed not to need the legs as at the moment.
No,
that's
just
why
apologize and then we have...
I apologize.
that is a matter settled now. It's a matter settled. And I can see even the Honorable Sankok himself is happy now. Now let's go to this serious business now. Leader of Minority, please.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. That must have been a commercial break. But, Mr. Speaker, let me now get back to the business of the House. The Honorable Murugara addressed two fundamental issues that I think we need to engage our minds to and address. Mr. Speaker, beginning with the first issue that he raised regarding the infringement of on the Constitution by providing the definition of a political party or political parties as it is in the proposed amendment. And Mr. Speaker, he has cited that the old law, the law that we want to amend, actually has provided the definition to be found under Article 260. Mr. Speaker, if you go to Article 260, it refers you to Chapter 7, Part 3, which is basically Article 91 of the Constitution. And Mr. Speaker, if you go to Article 91 of the Constitution, it provides the character, how the political party should look like. But it does not, and I want to repeat, it does not provide for the definition of a political party. It has only provided the architecture, the composition, what you need to look into when you are looking at a political party. And therefore, if now we are providing a legislation that is going to define a political party, unless it infringes directly and explicitly on the provisions as provided for under Article 91, then there is nothing wrong. In fact, the current proposal clarifies what a political party should be. And there is no contradiction whatsoever with what is provided for under Article 91 of the Constitution, which basically provides what you need to look into when you are forming a political party or applying for registration, that you must respect the provisions of the Constitution. And therefore, I want to, with all due respect to the lawyer, Honorable Murugara, when it comes to matters, legislation, Constitution, so long as you are an average Kenyan with good intellectual capacity, like myself, you are able to interpret and understand that there is nothing infringing on the Constitution. As a matter of fact, Mr. Speaker, Article 38 of our Constitution provides for the rights of Kenyans to form themselves into political parties and political movements. So I want to, with all due respect, Mr. Speaker, say that I don't think Honorable Murugara has raised a substantive issue regarding this bill on that matter. Finally, Mr. Speaker, on the issue of public participation. Mr. Speaker, we don't really have clear programs, clear provisions in law which defines how public participation needs to be carried out. But, Mr. Speaker, yesterday we did not proceed with this bill or the debate at the second reading of this bill because we realized that we were going to infringe on that provision in the Constitution on matters public participation, because we had invited Kenyans and gave them 21 days, which were ending last evening. And so one would expect that any Kenyan who is interested in giving input in whichever form would have used the 21 days either to send a written memorandum or appear before the committee of the House and canvass his or her position. And so at the end of that time period of 21 days, you cannot again come and fault this House from, that we have not conducted enough public participation. Because where is the definition of that enough of public participation in law? It's not there. So, Mr. Speaker, the 21 days, in my view, should suffice. And I want to just conclude by saying, Mr. Speaker, that I know we would have problems with the provisions of this bill in whichever way. The best thing for us to do is to canvass. Talk to us, Honorable Murugara, and tell us what you feel needs to be changed. And propose amendments. Many members, 13 of them, have proposed amendments. We are going to deal with them. Amendments that merit consideration, we will consider. But amendments that are not, that don't merit, we will not deal with. So, Mr. Speaker, thank you.
Now, I will give, just before I come to the two members, including the majority leader, I've just indicated, let me give the Honorable Mutua Barasa, member for Kimilili. You wanted to speak to this one? Now, we are discussing a point of order, Honorable KJ. So how do you bring another point of order when we are on a point of order? So proceed, Honorable Member for Kimilili.
But you are given bad.
Are we having a problem with your mic? You can use this one in the dispatch. That would be fine.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, for giving me this opportunity. Thank you for giving me this opportunity, Mr. Speaker. Honorable Murugara has raised very serious matters that needs your guidance, and it's only fair, Honorable Speaker, that you give an appropriate ruling, because we are staring at a situation where even NGOs will begin to field political candidates if we don't tread carefully, Honorable Speaker, and that we are making these laws for posterity, not for a particular group. So we should look at the matters that are raised by Honorable Murugara with the seriousness that they deserve, and let us not put our political emotions into this, Honorable Speaker, because they are going to affect generations that are going to come, Honorable Speaker. So I beseech you to make your pronouncement, not to allow us to dilute what the Honorable Murugara has raised, so that you, as the Speaker of this House, as guided by the standing orders, Honorable Speaker, that you provide a proper ruling as whether this bill is properly before this House, or if it's unconstitutional, it should be sent back to the Senate.
Honorable Iringo,
thank you.
If you have something, because I see your name is top here. Honorable Iringo, then we go back to the members I had mentioned.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, I stand to also to request you, with due respect, Mr. Speaker,